Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to my March TBR. How are we already planning my March TBR? Like, we're almost at the end of Q1 already of 2023. Mental. But I am on such a reading roll this year, and because of that I'm so excited to sit down and do my March TBR. If you saw last month's TBR, you'll know I've kind of merged two of my favourite TBR games together, my prompt jar and letting Goodreads pick my TBR. But because my February reading did so well, which I will talk about in my February recap video, which will be coming next week, I think, so stay tuned for that. But because my February TBR went so well, I'm going to push it to 5 books, maybe even 6. We'll see what the TBR gods give me. So therefore, I'm going to have 2 Goodreads random choices, and then the rest will be prompts pulled from this jar. Before we get started, there are 3 library books. 3? Yeah, there are 3 library books that I kind of need to get in this month because I keep having to delay them and get them delivered late because I just can't get around to them yet, and I just want to read them, just I haven't had time to read them. The first one is The Dead Romantics. This was a February hopeful, but I haven't got around to it yet because my hold hasn't been available to me yet. It should be coming the next week or so definitely ready for March. It needs to be read. The other 2 library loans are Lessons in Chemistry and The Stand-In, both of which I have delayed for a week or so they will be coming to me in March, so I need to get those on my TBR as well. So with that being said, already having 3 kind of definite books I need to fit onto my TBR, let's see what the fates have in store for me. As always, we're going to start with my Goodreads random choices to get that intimidating TBR cart out of the way, which is off frame. I'm going to record my screen in 2, 1, it's recording. I have actually added some more books to my TBR pile, so my number of TBR books is now like 41. Okay, Goodreads is having a meltdown. Okay, we got there. So I currently have 41, yes I was correct, on my physical TBR. So we're going to get a random number generator out. Random. Put in 1 to 41. I'm scared. Generate number 9. Okay, let's go to number 9. I always order it oldest to newest, so number 9 isn't a great thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay, I'm actually really excited for that one. Okay, let me go grab it. Okay, I've got it. That was a bit of a faff, but I've got it. This was a book gifted to me by Chloe for Christmas, I believe. I've been wanting to read this book for so long. I'm so excited it managed to get onto my TBR, and it kind of matches my outfit. I'm going for spring vibes that still features winter. So I don't really know if this outfit goes, but it kind of matches. So I'm really excited about this one. I don't know much about it, but the blurb says, fearless, motherless, careless. At 3:04 on a hot, sticky day in June, Bess finds out she's pregnant. She could tell her social worker Henry, but he's useless. She should tell her foster mother Lisa, but she won't understand. She really ought to tell Boy, but she hasn't spoken to him in weeks. Bess knows more than anyone that love doesn't come without conditions, but this isn't a love story. So I'm just really excited. This book has been on my radar for ages, probably ever since it came out, and I'm just really excited to read it. Some of my favourite authors have blurbed it, like Libby Page, moving and beautifully written. I'm just really excited to read this book. So yeah, good one, Goodreads. Thank you very much for that one. Although not one of the books I needed to get on my TBR and kind of want to read, I'm still excited to read it anyway. And that's our first Goodreads choice. Our second one will be, generate again, number 5. Why are they all really low? I don't like them being really low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is a book that I'm actually currently reading, Little and Lion. I'm currently reading and I should actually finish it today. It should be one of the books that I managed to get read in February. So let's randomise again because it's not technically on my physical TBR anymore because I'm currently reading it. So let's generate again. 32. Okay, I like that number. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, a reading vlog that I was planning might come sooner than I thought. So number 32 is A Magic Steeped in Poison by Judy Lynn. This is a YA fantasy book that I brought back last year, kind of read, wasn't in the mood for, so it's like soft DNF'd it. Do I still own it? That is the question. Let me figure that out. Yeah, I still own it. I'm scared about this one, but maybe because I'm in the reading mood and I'm reading so much at the minute, this might be the perfect time to pick this book up. I soft DNF'd it because I just wasn't really vibing with it, and that was when I was in my slump. So maybe this is a really fantastic book that I will love. I wasn't expecting to pick it up anytime soon, but the cover is beautiful. It is a Chinese mythology-based fantasy book that's surrounded by the art of tea making, and what I read of it, I did enjoy. It was wrong time, wrong place, maybe right book. So yeah, thank you Goodreads for making me pick this up again sooner rather than later, because otherwise I think I might have just ended up unhauling it without another shot. So yeah, we'll see about that one. Subscribe to my channel to see if I actually read this book or not. So these are the two books that Goodreads has picked out for me to read. Thank you Goodreads, I think. Now on to the complete unknown of the TBR jar, where I'm hoping to get the 3 library books I mentioned on my TBR. Fingers crossed for me. Pull number 1 is going to be this one. No one talks about it. Okay, I can do that. Obviously, everyone talks about lessons in chemistry. Everyone's talking about the Dead Romantics. But a book that I haven't really heard many people talk about, and since last summer when it kind of first got published, I believe, or there was hypes around it, was The Stand-In. Wait, I thought this was a YA. Is this not a YA? I thought this was a YA. I don't think this is a YA. Okay, I'm even more excited to read it now. This isn't a YA. I thought it looks like a YA. Doesn't it look like a YA? Can I say YA enough times? Okay, this book basically follows our main character, Gracie Reed. She was just fired by her overly handsy boss at the worst possible moment. She's been scraping together every extra dollar to get her mother into a top-notch memory care centre. To make things worse, a paparazzo has mistaken her for a famous Chinese actress in a town for a new project, and resulting in a snapshot going viral. Gracie's barely holding it together until a mystery USV rolls up beside her on a street, and she's offered the opportunity of a lifetime. Gracie can't believe what she's hearing. Due to their uncanny resemblance, gorgeous actress Wei Fangli wants Gracie to be her stand-in. The catch, Gracie will have to be escorted by Sam Yo, the other half of the Chinese cinema's infamous golden couple. Problem is, Sam is the most attractive and infuriating man Gracie has ever met. But if this means getting the money she needs for her mother, Gracie's in. So, I'm not going to read any more, but I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of like fake dating, swapping places, romance. I'm so much more excited for this than I thought 5 minutes ago before I started filming this video. So, for a book no one talks about, I'm going for The Stand-In by Lily Chu. I'm really, really excited to get this. This should be available to me via my library app after March 5th, so hopefully I can get to it soon. Sorry if my placement of my camera changed. I had to sort out my memory card. It was running out of space. But on to the second, the TBR Pull. Come on, let's get the other 2 books on my TBR. That would be so good. We're going for this one. I don't know if that's the right choice. Randomise your TBR. We just randomised my TBR. We're randomising it again, I guess. Okay, I'm not going to record my screen for this one, but you guys trust me. 1 to 41. Generate number 35. So the Magic Seeped in Poison was number 32, so 33, 34, 35. It's The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So clearly the universe wanted me to read the books Chloe gifted me for Christmas in March. Where is that book? Found it. I don't know if I want to read this book. I've done a massive brainstorm of themed reading vlogs I want to do. But to be fair, I don't have to sit down and read all those books within 1 week. I can read them across multiple months, and then once the vlogs are ready, just post them. So I guess this book is on my TBR. The complete opposite to the previous prompt of read a book no one talks about. I think this is one of the most hyped books, not even on BookTube, just across YouTube in general and normal public goings about. I don't know. This book is majorly spoken about. I haven't read many Taya Jenkins reads. I've read Malibu Rising and After I Do. Enjoyed both of them. Malibu Rising was a major disappointment for me because I thought the first half was 5 stars and the second half was like a 2. Yes, but after I do, I really enjoyed. I loved her writing, so I've heard incredible things about this book, so maybe March will be the time that I finally join the hype. We shall see. This is a very random TBR. We're on to our last prompt pool, and I haven't got Lessons in Chemistry or The Dead Romantics on here yet. I don't know which one to pick. Let's go for this one. I'm scared. TBR Vet. I hate TBR Vet. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it with a passion. Really don't like it. No. Not gonna happen. I don't know what I'm gonna pick for this one. TBR Vet. You know what? I think I might be kind to myself. Most of my books that I have on my TBR aren't older than a year or 2, so they're all pretty level pegging in terms of like which one's the oldest. So I'm just going to go for one that's been sat on my TBR for a while, that I want to get to sooner rather than later, and just kind of want to get it off my TBR. I'm going to go for 3 Keys by Kelly Yang. This is the second book in the hotel series. What's the first book called? Front Desk. Right here. This is the second book to that series. I really enjoyed the first one. It basically follows our main character, I've forgotten her name, Mia, whose family runs a motel. They are immigrants and they are living the American dream as they think, but the motel is having some issues. That's kind of what the first one follows, and it follows Mia as she helps run the front desk. And I can't remember where that one ended off, but seeing as it's a contemporary middle grade series, I really don't think I need to reread the first book to get to the second. So I'm going to put the second on my TBR and see where we go. The second one basically says Mia Tang thinks she's going to have the best year ever. She and her parents have a motel, she gets to run front desk, and she's finally getting some of her writing. But faced with a roller coaster of challenges, Mia will need all her determination to hang on tight. So yeah, I'm going to try and pick this one up, I guess. This isn't going to plan, guys. This is not going to plan. I feel like we should do 2 more just to try and get the other 2 books on my TBR that I really need to read this month. At least like the worst prompt is out of the jar now. TBR Vet is like my least favourite prompt ever, but one that I feel like I always need to keep in just so I can keep reading books off my physical TBR. And this one is randomised page count. No, you know what? My rules, my game. I don't want to have that I don't want that lack of control when I'm trying to get 12 books on there. So you know what, I would usually cut that out, but I'm being real with you guys. I'm gonna pick again. I don't want that one. I'm getting 1 veto. Let's bring another rule from my Goodreads. Random pick TBR where I got 2 vetoes if I didn't want to read certain books. Let's go again. I'm rambling. I want to end this video now because it's not going the way I hoped. 5-star prediction. Can I count one of those books as 5-star predictions? I do really want to read them. I do really hope I'll enjoy them. So bending the rules a little bit. What do I think more so? I think Lessons in Chemistry will be more so likely to be a 5-star than The Dead Romantics. So you guys may disagree with me, but I really don't care at this point. I'm going to put Lessons in Chemistry on as my 5-star prediction. Yeah, that's happening. Okay, last one. Last pull. Let's get The Dead Romantics. Like a new to me author prompt would be amazing. Or like a bright cover. Or, I don't know, an ebook. You know, one of those prompts. One fell out when I was shuffling, so we're going to go for this one. If it's one of the ones I just mentioned, I completely manifested that. It's technically an ebook, but it's iBooks book. Maybe I'm just not meant to read The Dead Romantics. Maybe that is why. The universe is like, Rachel, you will not enjoy that book. Leave it be. Don't bother with it. You're not meant to enjoy it. You're not meant to read it. iBooks book is my final prompt. So, I have quite a few books on my iBooks account. What do I fancy reading? That is the question. I will screen record again because I haven't done a updated ebooks book haul thing in a while. I have a lot of Christmas books on which I won't be reading. Got Shipped by Andy Hockman, The Roommate, Rosie Dannon, Only When It's Us, My Conan Only, Nora Goes Off Script, Counterfeit, The No-Show, The Deal, All the Lonely People, The Appeal, Red, White and Royal Blue, Take a Hint, Danny Brown, and If You Could Go Anywhere by Paige Toon. A lot of choices. I don't know what to pick. This is where I don't want this sort of decision. You know what I might do? Because, as I said in the last TBR, I do have a longer commute to work now. I do listen to a lot of audiobooks. One audiobook that is available on Scribd, and it's also an iBooks book that I have, is Counterfeit by Kristen Chen. So I'm going to go for Counterfeit by Kristen Chen. This is not the TBR I expected. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches. So, that's my TBR for March. Not what I was expecting, that's for sure. Shall we go through them? So, the two books that Goodreads chose for me was Careless by Christy Capes and A Magic Seat in Poison by Judy Lynn. We then got a book no one talks about, so I'm going to be reading The Stand-In by Lily Chu. And then we got Randomize my TBR, and I got Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Yeah, I got the title eventually. I think that was that one. And then we got TBR Vet, which I'm going to be reading 3 Keys by Kelly Yang. And then we got 5 Star Prediction, which I'm kind of twisting it a little bit, but I'm going to put Lessons of Chemistry on. And then we got iBooks book, which I'm going to be hopefully listening to the audiobook of Counterfeit by Kristen Chen. These books, plus Lessons in Chemistry and The Stand-In, and hopefully The Dead Romantics and Counterfeit. Wow, that's a lot of books. I read 8 books in February though, so fingers crossed for me, guys, that my reading pace stays consistent throughout March. I'm excited to get some books that I wasn't planning on reading off my TBR sooner than expected, but overall, definitely not the TBR game I was expecting to have this month. But you know what, that's fine. Let me know in the comments down below what you're planning on reading in March. Have you read any of these books? What are your thoughts? Spoiler 3, of course. And without further ado, make sure you give the video a massive thumbs up and subscribe down below to see future content from me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.